have the Blu-ray edition of this is the Jurassic Park collection. This is the first, I guess, what, four movies? Yeah, the first four movies. Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World. Supposedly it even has the Jurassic Park 3D, but I don't have a 3D TV, so oh well. Um let's I don't want to say jump right into it, but we're going to get the movie ready. So I need to get my headphones. I need to get everything popping. All right. Universal. Does Universal have trailers before the Blu-ray? I don't even know. Oh, what are we saying? Jurassic Park. No, it's just the main menu. We're jumping right into it. Okay. That works. All right, let's get the... We want the subtitles. English subtitles, yes. All right. I'm so excited. You have no idea. I'm so excited for this movie. This is, without a doubt, in my top, like, what, 3 movies of all time? It's hard to say exactly where I would place it, but it's up there. Hey! This is going to be fun. I agree. Yes, I agree. I hope you guys are ready. I don't know, for the people who joined in, you could see I have the Blu-ray complete collection of the Jurassic Park movies. So we're going to get ready here. I need to... Okay, we have the FBI anti-piracy thing. All right, Liz. Carrie Elway's rattlesnake bite? What does that mean? Carrie Elways is not in this movie. That is the wrong movie there, bub. Alright, this motion picture has been rated PG-13. Quick fact is this is the first movie that I remember seeing in theaters. So I had to have been 4 years old when my mom took me to the movie theaters to see this. And it wasn't the first movie that I saw in theaters, because she would later, years later, tell me or remind me, however you want to put it, that she took me to see A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. The Dream Master. So imagine that, me being a baby, literally a baby. This movie can't be considered horror. I agree with you, Ty. I agree. I know a lot of people don't consider it horror. Like, if they think about Jurassic Park, they don't think horror. But if you watch this movie, and if you see some of the scenes and moments in this movie, it's definitely horror. Or at least it has horror elements in it. So, alright. Okay, I think this is the Blu-ray Universal menu. It's not the movie yet. So we're getting ready. We're getting started. I'll let you know with the timestamps where we're at. All right, here we go. 0 3 seconds in. We're starting. All right, there's the old school Universal logo. I like the old school Universal logo. It's more subtle, right? It's not as bombastic as the current one is, which is fine. Ominous music. That's what the subtitles. The subtitles literally say, oh, Amblin Entertainment. I forget about Amblin Entertainment. Jurassic Park. Ooh, this score. This score. John Williams. I mean, how many times did this guy fucking go next level with his scores, man? And we're jumping right into it. Is that George Lopez? Now this dude is, I guess, what Chris Pratt's character is now. The Raptor Wrangler. I guess you can argue that Chris Pratt is better at his job because the Raptors don't eat Chris Pratt. Although they did try to a couple times. But I actually like this character. This guy who... I think I just like his straightforwardness. He's not cracking jokes. He's not a dick, right? He's just... He feels like a real dude. Isla Nambler. 120 miles west of Costa Rica. It's hard to keep track sometimes as far as the sequels on which island that we are at. This is where the main shit goes down, though. Isla Nambla, whatever the fuck. Are you going to see Jurassic World Dominion when it comes out? I am. I already have my scheduler planned to see it. Next month, I believe, right? It's in a month. I might have to double up on some of these Jurassic Park live watches to watch every movie before the new one comes out. And of course, we all know how much bigger the sequels got, especially Jurassic World. It's so refreshing to go back to the original movie, and not only do you... Look at this. Holy shit. This poor black guy is being ripped apart by a velociraptor. What a great way to establish one velociraptor, one dinosaur, one raptor. You're establishing how dangerous they are, how unpredictable they are, how much they can't be controlled. Shoot her! Shoot her! And then there goes the hand. You know that black dude was dying. Even Spielberg isn't immune to killing off the black guy first, right? But great way of establishing the threat, establishing, again, one dinosaur. And also, you're not giving away really anything, right? We didn't see the dinosaur full on. We saw its eyes. We saw some of its face, but barely, you know? Here's the douchebag lawyer or attorney, whatever. I love how the lawyers tripping and stumbling and falling all over the place. Again, there's something about acting from the 80s or 90s that if it's really good, it comes across a lot more believable and realistic. For some reason, most blockbuster movies nowadays, it's very cheesy and hammy, and there always has to be either a corny joke or there always has to be something going on, where this is just establishing the plot, establishing the setup, establishing that John Hammond, even the fact that, like, John Hammond's not even in this scene, but they already talk about him. They say that he had to go and be with his daughter because his daughter's getting a divorce. None of that like is crucial to the story, but it's it makes sense to just sort of set up his character as a family man or a decent dude. John Hammond is not your usual over the top asshole villain that you would probably see nowadays if a movie like this got made. Um, and dude, ever since I was a kid, I have forever wanted that little like wax um, globe of the mosquito inside of it. Um, when I went to Universal a few years ago, they did sell. I think they sold one that was like a necklace. I should have fucking bought it. I don't know why I'm such an idiot for not buying it. There they are, though. Alan Grant, Laura Dern. Alan Grant kind of touched her butt there, and I only point that out. I mean, they are a couple, so that's fine. But I only point that out because you don't see them kiss once. There's not a whole lot of physical interaction between them as far as like, oh, they're definitely a couple, right? They definitely seem like people who have probably been together for years. Um, Someone in your hometown had a Jeep tricked out like this. That's very cool. I've seen somebody, or I've seen some Jeeps of people who I don't know if they got them customized or what, right? Like, how much would that cost to somehow buy a Jeep that looks like the fucking original movie? I love that Alan Grant is not good with technology. He can barely touch this monitor without screwing it up. And I also like this scene because you establish Alan Grant as he's very well versed in dino bones and oh, here we go. This little boy, this dickhead little asshole kid. More like a 6 foot turkey. This kid, I remember this kid being in a bunch of stuff in the 90s. Hell, he played the little boy from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, Dream Child, right? He always had like a weird look to him, his face. And I love that Alan Grant fucks with this kid, you know? I feel like if this happened today, if this scene was in a movie today, Twitter would complain, "Oh my God, Alan Grant is such a horrible person. He scares little kids to death." First of all, this kid deserved it. Second of all, this kid was being very disrespectful, not only to Alan Grant but to dinosaurs in general. This kid needs to learn the hard way. I love his big-eyed, scared look to the fucking claw. Again, establishing how dangerous a velociraptor is without showing you hardly anything. You show the claw, and it's like, oh shit. And I love how even Laura Dern's like, oh, Alan, not again. This is like the third or fourth child you've done this to this month. The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you. So try to show a little respect. I love that. I fucking love that. Some people had a theory that this little boy grows up to be Chris Pratt's character in Jurassic World. Now, I always thought that was an amazing theory. I love the theory, but I'm pretty sure it's been proven or disproven to not be the case. Um, and here you go. Here's the very, very minor side plot that Alan Grant does not want kids, does not like kids. Clearly, baby smell. I love the delivery. But clearly, Laura Dern, Ellie Sattler, I guess I should call her by her character name. Ellie Sattler clearly wants kids of her own. And what an over the top entrance, right? I mean, John Hammond, as much as I'm about to praise him for being a good guy, a nice guy, he means well. This is a very pompous entrance. And I do love how he's like, trust me, you're gonna want this champagne. I'm giving you the opportunity of a fucking lifetime. And what's funny is that that plane landed, John Hammond was already there. Who's the jerk? She's a paleobotanist. Did I say jerk? And how rich is this dude? Right? John Hammond. How rich do you have to be? You know, is he like Elon Musk rich? How much would it cost to fund a project to hire as many scientists as he did and to create, I mean, God, you know. And I say that as far as how much would it cost. I mean, think about how Elon Musk just bought Twitter for, what was it, $44 billion? Couldn't that same $44 billion theoretically fund an island like this, a dinosaur project like this? Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it would cost way more. Probably would. But I'm just saying. What would be more productive and more fun for me? I would totally go to a real life Jurassic Park. If they came out today with some announcement saying, "Hey, Jurassic Park, it's real, it's open, as long as it's affordable," which you know for goddamn sure it would be expensive as fuck. I like this. I like how they're like, "Why would you want us? Why do you care about our opinion?" He's not even telling them yet what it is. And I wonder if it's because he knows that they would turn it down immediately, or if he's just trying to like fully funding your dig. So he's going to pay them for 3 years. Well, hey, whatever the fuck you want, dude. Where's the plane? Wow. So basically, they don't have to work for 3 years. That's awesome. I mean, I don't know how much a paleobotanist gets paid. I don't really know even how much of a thing that job is today anymore, right? But they were happy, so clearly it must be a lot. Now, here's a side plot that you could argue isn't really necessary for the movie, but I do love that it's there, mostly because of Nedry, the actor, um, and just how goofy he is. I know maybe, like when I said earlier, as far as the acting being very down to earth, realistic, not over the top. I do like that you have one character that's silly and goofy, right? You have one character, and think about it. It's it's a bad guy, right? It's a guy who has ulterior motives. He's doing a bad thing. I do love how the part that we've already passed, where he says, "Hey, look, Dotson's here." See, nobody cares. I love that that became a meme. It's so weird how many like scenes from movies come back years later as a meme. And the whole plot of him sneaking into the island, stealing dinosaur DNA, almost each probably dinosaur for each rung, hiding it in a whipped cream bottle. Huh. And I love how he's having him pay the bill. Don't get cheap on me, Dotson. He's such an asshole. He's such an asshole. They definitely set up, as fun as he is to watch, they immediately set up that you're going to want to see this guy die. Jeff Goldblum, arguably the best part of the movie, right? Ian Malcolm. I love that laugh. In fact, I made that laugh one of my phone notifications on my cell phone. I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. It's great. Somebody on YouTube, in fact, took that laugh and made some weird remix trap song with it. It's insane. It's And you can tell that Goldblum is ad-libbing at least a little bit of this, right? And he just openly hit on "You Bring a Rock Star." I like the fact that John Hammond did not bring Jeff Goldblum, Ian Malcolm. The lawyer brought him. And there's the music. There's the classic Jurassic Park theme song that it's instantly, you hear it, you know what it is. It's very hummable. It's very recognizable. It's very welcoming. John Williams just was perfect at that. John Williams was perfect at, like, I'm going to create something that you're going to remember for the rest of your goddamn life. Seatbelts. Although, what a time to put your seatbelt on. You're already about to land. Now, why does Alan Grant get the two-sided seatbelt pieces, right? Like, why did they fuck him over here? And Alan Grant just, I'm just going to tie it. I'm good. Very resourceful, that Alan Grant. Da, 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 da. Good shit. You don't think you would have made a T-Rex? Jurassic Park is honestly a great movie. Well, I mean, you gotta have a T-Rex. I'm sorry. I know they're super dangerous. I know it's scary to think about. But a Jurassic Park island is not complete without a T-Rex. And I know that sounds crazy, and I know you're probably gonna look at me and be like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? But if you're going to do it, you have to have a T-Rex there. You have to. Because if I'm going to pay a shitload of money to go to a Jurassic Park, and if you tell me that they don't have a T-Rex, I'm going to be like, well, what the fuck? I don't want to just see a Brachiosaurus or a whatever the fuck, Brontosaurus, whatever the hell they're called. But it's crazy though. The plot of this movie is not the island is going to open, right? Where are the pterodactyls? Yeah, it's a good question. There's no pterodactyls in this first movie, and they were supposed to be a big part of the second movie. The original ending of the second movie, The Lost World, was going to have pterodactyls, but then they changed it to put the T-Rex in San Diego instead. So we lost the pterodactyls stuff. But they put them in the third movie, so there you go. Here we go. This is another very meme-worthy moment. I love the build-up. I love that Ellie Sattler didn't see it yet. She's the last one to see it. I love that Alan Grant turns her head to look. I love that we see their reactions first, so that it hits you here. And this is 1993, folks. This is 1993, and the CGI still holds up, still looks this good. I would argue that if you had a movie come out this year with this CGI, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That still works. See, the CGI should not look as good as it still does. You did it. You crazy son of a bitch, you did it. And then, and obviously the practical effects, I think that's what sets this movie apart. The practical effects in this movie is why this movie will always be the best Jurassic Park. Not, I mean, obviously it's the stories, the characters, it's the script, it's the direction, it's the writing, it's all that stuff probably first. But if we're talking about does it hold up special effects wise, does it hold up on everything else that they're presenting, spectacle and just the dinosaurs themselves, the practical effects is why this movie will, I will argue, never get old. We clocked the T-Rex. T-Rex. You said you got a T-Rex? Say again. We have a T-Rex. I remember when I would watch this movie as a kid, even after I had already seen the movie, hearing him say we have a T-Rex. Welcome to Jurassic Park. What a classic moment right there. There it is. And now you're seeing the herds. Damn. I'm so glad that I did see this in theaters. You know what I mean? Because there are people, I'm sure, who, if they didn't grow up on this movie, they do move in herds. They really sell this moment. It's the awe and spectacle of this scene in particular that really hits why this movie works. And it's the first movie to do it. This was the first movie to be like, hey, we're going to do dinosaurs. Dinosaurs! And they did it. They succeeded. And I feel like the entire franchise of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, the new movies coming out, they are riding the coattails and the waves of the success of this movie. If this first movie wasn't as fucking great as it is, Jurassic World would not have made $1 billion. Do you know what I mean? Jurassic World needs to suck on the teat of this movie. Thank you, Spielberg and John Williams and Michael Crichton, everyone involved with this first movie. You know, see, even the fucking bones of a T-Rex is like, ooh, you know, it's such great anticipation. Yo, gamer man. I love this little stuff. This John Hammond talking to a computer version of himself. And he has this like back and forth. Oh, I've got lines. The computer is talking as if he said what he said. How late are you? We're about a half hour in. If you're wondering as far as where we are in the movie, we just passed the Brachiosaurus, big welcome to Jurassic Park moment. We're in the middle of the scene where John Hammond is showing them the dinosaur DNA video. Mr. DNA, from your blood. Goldblum's reacting to this. He's like, are you kidding me? Are we really about to do this right now? But But what's great about this is that this video makes absolute sense that they would do this at a park, right? Like if this was a theme park, if this was open and running, and the public was trying to understand, if they cared enough to understand how this was possible. You show them this video. It's in a cartoon-like format, and it's so simple. It also informs the audience watching this movie of how they did this. It works on so many levels, and that's great filmmaking. You're gonna, if it sounds like I'm gonna be blowing the hell out of this movie, I'm sorry, but that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 hours. Did you like Hammond in the next movie? Um, The Lost World? Jurassic Park 2? He's barely in that movie. He's only in it for like, what, 2 scenes maybe? Um, by that point, too, um, the actor was so like old and sick that like they couldn't do any more with him than what they did. So like if he was healthier, I don't know what else you would do with John Hammond. Do you know what I mean? So, but the sequel, I mean, I don't know. He doesn't really do much. Yeah, the actor. Um, fuck, what's his name? The actor who plays John Hammond. Um, I like this though. The explanation of whatever dinosaur DNA parts that they did not have, they had to fill it with other animal DNA to complete it, and like so good. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna find the actor's name here, but yeah, he died pretty soon after The Lost World. Richard Attenborough, thank you, gamer man, appreciate it. But yeah, Richard Attenborough, he died pretty soon after Jurassic Park 2. Um, so yeah, I mean that's probably why he's barely in the second movie. Oh, I love this. I love how they're like, no, we want to see the eggs. We want to see the scientists working. It's like it's kind of a ride, and they're like, no, we're going to lift this, and we're going to go. Of course, the lawyer is like, can they do that? Can you imagine if this was a live ride with actual customers and they were able to just lift the thing? Yeah, they just got up. Like if actual customers were able to just bounce and go into these scientist rooms. See, these are the kinks that John Hammond needs to fix before opening the park, of course. And there's BD Wong. BD Wong. Before Law and Order SVU, before Gotham, where he played Hugo Strange, and before them turning his character into such a cartoon villain in Jurassic World. It's good how giddy they are about this. Well, yeah, that's another thing that I think these actors do so well is how amazed they are at this. And it makes sense because they are in the profession of digging up dinosaur bones. They've studied dinosaurs probably most of their adult lives. So they're the perfect characters to be some of the first people to go to this island and study it, research it. The voice of Godspeed? Who, BD Wong is the voice of Godspeed from The Flash? I did not know that. That's very random, but okay. I guess it's like when they got Tobin Bell to do the voice of Savitar. It was random as fuck. And they had what's his name? Candyman as the voice of Zoom. No unauthorized breeding in Jurassic Park. And I love Jeff Goldblum is the one who's questioning this. They've engineered all of the dinosaurs to be female. That's how you know, alright, they fucked up. And I love that Goldblum. I love that Ian Malcolm. This is why I love Ian Malcolm. He's the only character that questions this. He's the only character that says, yeah, I don't know if that makes, like, if that's gonna stick, right? Like, he's calling out the fact that Richard Attenborough, oh, he died in 2014? Oh, okay. Okay. So he did not die right after The Lost World. Why did I think he died right after The Lost World? But yeah, here he goes. Life will not be contained. Well, there it is. There it is. Life finds a way. And I love that the whole life finds a way thing. It's such a, I don't want to say throwaway line, because it definitely stands out. It definitely, like, you hear it and you remember that. And especially because Ian Malcolm is right. Exactly. Ian Malcolm is right. Life finds a way. Um, but the fact that they don't hit you over the head with the life finds a way thing, you know. Of course, they brought him back, and that, like, one scene in Fallen Kingdom where he repeats the same line, "Life finds a way." Um, they'll probably do a callback to it in Dominion. My point is that the dialogue is so good in this first movie. A lot of these lines are memorable, and most of it, I don't know if it's because of the way Jeff Goldblum delivers them, or maybe they were just written that way, written that well. And this part used to always freak me out as a kid. Watching the cow be lowered to its death. And again, once again, you don't see it. You don't see the cow die. You just hear it. Hearing the velociraptor scream, seeing the bushes shake as violently as they do, how violent it sounds, John Hammond watching their reaction. And okay, here you go. Robert Muldoon. I don't think I ever knew that character's name, ever. All these years, and this movie being one of my favorite movies, I never knew that character's name. The Raptor dude. But I love that his first line to them is they should all be killed. Like, he doesn't even like these raptors. Can one cow be enough realistically? Um, I mean, I don't know. It depends, I guess. How many raptors were feeding on that one cow, right? And I love how he says this. He says the one raptor. There's so much good dialogue going on here. He's talking about how one of the raptors, he can tell by its eyes that it was watching certain things. It was watching and then this poor cow, and how that thing is shredded. Well, who's hungry? I love how John Hammond's like, I'm ready to eat. um, but yeah, the part where he says they're learning, they're able to figure out, okay, that part of the fence is electrified. Let's try a different part. And, like, so they, every time. And then, as he said, which is the scene that we saw at the beginning of the movie, they would attack the feeders. Hey, busted boy. And then this scene too. I love this scene as well. Some of my favorite scenes in this movie is them talking, which is crazy because some people might be bored by it, but, like, I love this. And I don't remember ever being bored as a kid. As a kid, I'm not clearly I wasn't as engaged as I am now, right? But even as a kid, maybe I just liked the characters. Maybe I just loved the build up. Maybe I just loved like there were certain things that I just knew were foreshadowing. Even as a kid, right? They're learning. I just knew that that hit hard as a kid. Now I'm like, fuck, this is great setup. But if I may, I love Jeff Goldblum here. I love Goldblum's delivery. I love it. This is another scene of Jeff Goldblum basically telling you how wrong this is. Wow. Wow. And now you're selling it. You're going to sell it. And I love it though because I don't view John Hammond as another great line. Your scientist was so preoccupied on whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think on whether or not they should. Another fantastic line. And I love that he's talking about natural selection. Nature selected them to be extinct. We were not supposed to be mixed with dinosaurs. This is the type of philosophy, this is the type of smart thinking that you don't get in a lot of blockbusters today, and you damn sure don't get in the new Jurassic World movies. Jurassic World does not even attempt to have this level of thinking and conversation in those movies. And I'm not even saying they should because I don't know if audiences are looking for that today. Clearly, Jurassic World made a shitload of money. I think Fallen Kingdom made a decent amount of money. I don't know for sure. But like I said, I don't view John Hammond as a bad guy. I don't view him as like I'm this evil guy who's doing this. But I do love that Ian Malcolm is calling out his naiveness. He is calling out how much maybe John Hammond doesn't realize what bad he's doing, what harm he's causing, even if it's indirectly, you know. The blood-sucking lawyer. Love this movie? Hell yeah, Shadow Bear. This movie's fucking phenomenal. Hey, there's Alfred. Alfred just whispered something to John Hammond. Oh, is his grandkids here? So, so I guess because I never noticed it as a kid, but the line where they tell the lawyer that John Hammond had to go be with his daughter because his daughter's getting a divorce. That was to set up that his grandkids are coming here. Um, but again, it's a subtle line that's easily missed, and it's another detail to try to make everything make sense. I don't know if people find these kids annoying, the brother and sister, Timmy and Lex, but I like them. I do. I think they're far better than the the two brothers from Jurassic World. That's for goddamn sure. They're way better than the girl from the Lost World, Jeff Goldblum's daughter. They're better than the boy from the third movie who somehow survived on the island for how many fucking weeks by himself? Like, I'm supposed to buy that shit. And they're better than the clone girl from Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, they did that. They made a clone human. This movie made you love dinosaurs? Me too. Me too. Hey, I hate Facebook. What's up, dude? Yeah, this movie made me obsessed with dinosaurs. This movie made me. I remember when we would like in school read up about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. I remember it was because of this movie that I gave a shit. And this little kid who plays Timmy is great. Perfect amount of like, I get why Alan Grant is annoyed of him, but I also don't find him too annoying. There you go. She said I should ride with you because it'd be good for you. And then Ellie with that cheesy grin, she's trying to get Alan Grant warmed up to the idea of having kids. And I like that. It's a side plot. It's subtle. Life finds a way, yes. Um, but I do like the side plot of Ellie trying to get Alan to be more susceptible to maybe having kids one day. That's why it pains me to see Jurassic Park 3 and you find out that they don't stay together, that she went and had a kid with somebody else because he still didn't want a kid. I don't like that. I don't. And here's our first look at Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson before he was Sam motherfucking Jackson. Right? Before he was Sam motherfucking Jackson, he was just the hold on to your butts dude. You know? Because this is a year before Pulp Fiction. It wasn't until Pulp Fiction where people were like, oh shit, I know Sam Jackson by name. Right? I know him by name, by face. Or like maybe you recognize him from other stuff, but what they got in there? King Kong? I like that line. Sam Jackson with hair. That's true. That's true. It is weird to see him with hair. And I don't mean the hair that they gave him in Captain Marvel. I'm talking about his natural hair. Smoking the hell out of those cigs? You goddamn right. What's my favorite dinosaur? It's a T-Rex. And I know that sounds super cliche to say, right? Of course, the T-Rex is the most popular one. But I am fascinated. I am fascinated not only of the T-Rex itself. I am fascinated that there was ever a point in time on Earth that something that looks like a T-Rex existed. It was real, you know. This ain't Godzilla or King Kong or anything that we can make up and create with CGI and dream up and imagine. This is something that actually existed at one time in life, you know. And so that's what fascinates me the most. Obviously, all of the dinosaurs are. That's the case. But for some reason, when I see a T-Rex, it just kind of blows my mind. You wish Mr. Jackson didn't become Raptor Chow? Yeah. Yeah, I guess in that way it does kind of suck when you think about the fact that he probably brutally gets torn apart by raptors. We don't see it, but his arm is definitely torn up. The Allosaurus? What the hell is that? I'm clearly not the best with names of these dinosaurs. I love this scene. I love John Hammond. This is the first and really only time that you see John Hammond. No, not only time. John Hammond actually does get pretty upset later on in the movie, but him arguing with Nedry, Dennis. Mastodons are cool too. Mastodons. They introduced. But yeah, dude, if this was real life, I would lose my fucking mind if I knew we were at the T-Rex exhibit. Like, oh, you're going to meet the T-Rex right here, right now. Although I guess I would be severely disappointed if we got here and it didn't show up. It was nowhere to be found. Fuck, though. Isn't it crazy that John Hammond not only brought his grandkids to the island, but he has them. God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs eat man. Women inherit the earth. I don't know why I love that. I don't know why I love that. And I love that Alan smiles. Um, Because, it's just another way of Ian Malcolm kind of explaining how he feels about how fucked up the situation is. But also, women inheriting the earth. I actually wouldn't mind that feature. Women women inheriting the earth and being in charge of all of us. Yeah, sure, why not? Use me as breeding cattle. Sure, fuck it. Fine, why not? Just don't treat me like a slave and we'll be good. And I like the introduction of the T-Rex will always be the most iconic scene. I agree. Absolutely. I could not say that any better. It's my favorite scene of the movie. I love hearing Alan Grant say a T-Rex does not want to be fed. He wants to hunt. And I think that's what John Hammond is fucking up. Eventually, you do plan on having dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right? Hello? I really hate that man. That's great. That's true. Because if this was a real island, how would they how would they plan a schedule of like, all right, this is where the T-Rex needs to come out. This is where the T-Rex needs to exist during these set times, right? I'm still pissed at the fact that the girl didn't turn off the damn flashlight. Yeah, the blood-sucking lawyer. Yes. I love we just passed the part where Ellie Sattler was like, "Wah," over her head. Um, I just like Laura Dern's delivery. Laura Dern, I think, took this character, who, if it was played by anybody else, it would be a forgettable character. It would be just a character who, like, okay, she's just a woman who's there, fine, right? But she plays her in a way where I believe that she's intelligent. I believe that she has this affection for Alan Grant. I believe her as like a fun person to be around. I mean, I don't. And Jeff Goldblum is kind of openly flirting with Alan's girlfriend right in front of him, and he doesn't even react. Now, there is something to be said about a man who's that confident that he's not openly showing jealousy towards that, right? Like, I'm sure there are women who probably like the idea that like their man doesn't have to show jealousy. But also, I know every girlfriend I've had, they would be like, "What the fuck, dude? You didn't care that this guy was like touching my hands? You didn't react. You didn't say anything." So it's like, fuck, you can't win, right? If you show jealousy, you're a dick, or if you don't show jealousy, you don't care enough. Anyways, the moment where Alan Grant just leaves the car and Jeff Goldblum's like, and that's an unpredictable moment right there. He just left, and now I'm talking to myself. Of course, the lawyer with his shorts and fucking, is he wearing loafers? I love I love that Lexi tripped. Alan went to help her up. Lexi is now holding his hand, and Alan Grant's like he doesn't want to hold her hand at all, but she's not letting go of his hand. And then you see Ellie behind them smiling. Like, again, not over the head. They're not like banging you over the head like, "Hey, this is what's going on." but it's something that I catch the older I am. Okay, we got a sick dinosaur. Dinosaur. And this is what I love as far as practical effects go. You see the stomach of the dinosaur move and breathe. It's something that these characters can physically touch, and it looks like it's really there. I mean, again, you'll never beat animatronics. I know they're probably a pain in the ass to build. I know they cost a shitload of money to make. I know it costs weeks, maybe months of time to build these things. I get why they rely on CGI so much because it's quicker, it's cheaper, and it's easier. I get it. But practical effects are always the best way to go. The lawyer richly deserves to be T-Rex shout for running away. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the moment where Lex later on in the movie says, "He left us. He left us." Like she's traumatized that he left them. Right? Like that's going to fuck her up. That's going to bring her major like trust issues with men. She's gonna be fucked up over that lawyer leaving them in the car to die, right? And again, subtle, but they established early on in the movie that their parents are getting a divorce. They don't hit you over the head with it like in Jurassic World, where the boy literally starts crying about their parents getting divorced. Like, who gives a fuck? But when you think about the fact that these two kids' parents are getting divorced, and their father is probably the one who left, given that they mentioned John Hammond's daughter, their mother. So it's another example of a man, a father figure, leaving them, the kids, and then you're gonna have the lawyer leave them, and they're gonna feel very vulnerable, very unprotected. Um, okay, we got a storm coming. Damn. This is not going well, John Hammond. Oh, that's one big pile of shit. And Ellie Sattler. Digging through the shit. Oh, man. Pays no expense. That's right. Um, as gross as that is, that she's digging through the shit, there is something hot about her not being afraid to get down and dirty. Yeah, she didn't hesitate. She's like, I'll fucking get in there. She's tenacious. You have no idea. Whoa, what does that mean? You will remember to wash your hands before you eat anything. Well, she does have ice cream later, so yeah, hopefully she did wash her hands. Oh! They need to go because of the... And here's another example. Ellie Sattler chooses to stay with the sick dinosaur. I don't know if I would be okay with leaving my girlfriend there. I would not be cool with this. I would stay there with her. I'd be like, I'm not leaving you alone. Even if she's there, even if she's there with somebody that works at the island, even if she's there with like she's not alone. But I don't know. I'd be like, fuck, I'm not leaving your side. Yeah, can somebody help me out and tell me where I could find a thing that has the mosquito inside the frozen sap? You know what I'm talking about? I don't want a walker like what John Hammond has, but if it's a necklace or if it's just even if it's just something like a prop to put on my desk, do you guys know where I could find that? And here he is, overly explaining what he's about to do so that it doesn't look suspicious. But of course, in doing so, in overly explaining, he's coming across very suspicious. He's lucky that nobody gives a shit about him, which is why nobody's catching on to how weird he's being right now. And here he goes, stopwatch. He has is that a minute or an hour? It's a minute, right? A minute before it before the power of the park shuts down. Holy fuck. I like how he has a flask. Same with wives. You married? Occasionally. I'm always on the lookout for a future ex Mrs. Malcolm. And then he laughs and looks over at Alan Grant, expecting him to laugh, and Alan just looks at him like, how do you not love this dynamic? Alan Grant being the straightforward, no nonsense, not a lot of sense of humor to him, and Ian Malcolm being the complete opposite. It's so good. But they only have a couple of moments together. There's not a lot of them going back and forth. You just really have like 2 or 3 scenes of that. And if we didn't already know that Nedry was a selfish prick for trying to steal these dinosaur DNA things, the fact that there's the T-Rex slot, the Velociraptor ones, of course, the 2 most dangerous dinosaurs on the thing, and he's taking those as well. How much did they say he was getting paid for this? I probably should have kept track of that. Like, let's see if it's even worth. How much is he getting paid? Is it worth the shit that he's doing right now? But the reason why I bring up him being a piece of shit is that he shuts the power off, knowing that these people are out there, knowing that John Hammond's grandkids are out there. So he does this with no regard of them being in danger. And, right? All he cares about is doing his thing. He doesn't care that they could be viciously killed. Okay, there we had a moment where Ian Malcolm, he finds out that Sam Neill and Laura Dern are a couple. He goes, "Oh, you 2 are?" "Yeah." And Grant goes, "Yeah." But they're like, Jeff Goldblum was a national treasure. Absolutely. 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 And I love Jeff Goldblum nowadays, but I almost love him even more back then because he was a lot more... He was way more of like a, hey, check me out, I'm a bachelor type, right? Obviously, him talking about being occasionally married, him with his shirt open later on in the movie, it's like he's definitely going for the I'm a hot dude look. Whereas now he's more of the goofy older guy that like he's fun and charming and harmless. But back then, he was the I'm gonna steal your girlfriend type. That type of charm. And here we go. The power is off, so Nedry is driving through. Of course, he's gonna fuck himself up by crashing into the sign. He's not gonna know where the fuck to go. And see, so the plan was that he was going to get the shit and he was going to take off, right? He was not planning on going back there. I love that Sam Jackson is just You didn't say the magic word. Please, god damn it. Uh. 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 He's so stupid. The phones are dead too. Yep. Why did they? Oh, and guess where they stopped? Right in front of where the T-Rex goes. Oh, you think he was gonna make the exchange and go back? I mean, maybe. It just feels weird that, like, they clearly would have figured out what he was doing by the time he got back. Like, even if he didn't fuck up, the kid's okay? Kids get scared. I didn't say I was scared. I didn't say you were scared. I know. Jeff Goldblum basically subtly saying I'm scared right now, but he's doing it in a Ian Malcolm way, where he's like, I'm gonna ask if the kids are okay, but really I'm asking if, like, is everything okay? Am I going to be okay? They're the goggles. I wanted those goggles so goddamn bad as a kid. As a kid, I was like, where can I get those night vision goggles? He just filled his bottle up with rainwater. That tastes salty, you think? And even though Alan Grant does not like Ian Malcolm, he still offered him some water. What a good guy. What a good guy. Because if I was Alan Grant and I saw Ian Malcolm hitting on my girlfriend like that, I would not offer him water. At the very least. Here we go. You feel that? Oh, I love this. The water reacting to the ripples of the footprints. Oh, fuck. Whose ever idea this was. If this was Spielberg or if this was, like, the production designer on set. Whoever the fuck this was who came up with the idea of, we're going to show the cups of water vibrating off of the thuds of a T-Rex walking. Give that man a raise, or woman. I don't want to exclude it to a man. Whoever that person was, give them a raise. Make sure they're well compensated. Oh, and then the reveal that the goat's gone. Oh, and Lex's reaction to the goat being... Where's the goat? Oh, and then the goat's leg. You get some blood. Oh, and then you see the T-Rex hand. The little dinky T-Rex hands. This is my favorite scene of the movie. And look how good that T-Rex looks. It's practical. It's and there goes the lawyer. Oh, Jesus. And he left the door open. He left us. This guy's such a dick, man. I mean, look, I get being scared. I'd be shitting my bricks too. But when you gotta go, you gotta go. I would not have left the fucking kids by themselves. God damn, man. Oh, and then the wires snapping off like that. Yikes. Ugh. And even though I was only 4 years old, I vividly remember this scene in the theater because it terrified the shit out of me. Look how good this looks, man. Oh my god. I hate being right all the time. Oh my god, how good does that look? It's visions based on movement. I love that. I mean, I assume that's a real thing? I don't fucking know. Why did she get the flashlight in the first place? I mean, I know she's a dumb kid, but, like, what the fuck was she thinking? Well, the lawyer did go when he had to go. That's true. When you gotta go, you gotta go. I love the noise that the T-Rex makes. Not just the scream, the yell. That's obviously iconic. But even the growling is fucking scary. Yeah. And the way it's looking at them through the glass. And then, how the fuck did they make the eyeball, like the pupil, dilate? How the fuck did they do that? Someone's gonna say, "Oh, CGI." That's a practical dinosaur, like T-Rex head, which is why this scene holds up as well as it does. And think about this. Not only is it practical, it's practical in the rain. Like, this device is still working in the rain. Oh, it breaks through the glass. I love it. Yes, bitch. Eat those kids. No, I'm fucking around. I don't want them to die at all. Oh, this looks horrifying. This looks terrifying. And the kids and their screams, that's selling it as well. They look genuinely horrified. Flips the car over. Damn. And there goes the tires. Oh. Now what do you do? Like, if you're Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm in the other car, obviously you can't just sit there and let the kids die. But what do you do? And this is why Alan Grant is as intelligent as he is. He gets the flare, and that shot of the T-Rex looking at him and roaring. Oh, fuck. Ian, freeze! Oh, what is Ian doing? No! Get rid of the flare. But he oh no. Is he praying, this lawyer? Ooh. I'm pretty sure in the original script Ian Malcolm was supposed to die there. And thank God they did not kill Jeff Goldblum. Oh, there goes the lawyer. I love that he's whipping him around as he's crushing him with his teeth. God. Oh, this moment when Lex sees the T-Rex and screams bloody murder. Cover her fucking mouth. Ian, yes. Ian told Alan to get the kids, yes. So, like, I guess maybe Ian was he about to sacrifice himself, maybe? Like, go get the kids, or maybe he thought he could outrun it, I don't know. I don't really know what Ian's plan was. It looked like all he was thinking was, I need to get the T-Rex away from the kids. And if that's not admirable, for all of the shit that he was talking earlier, for all of the, know-it-all, I hate being right all the time, what a way to redeem his character. And his character didn't need to be redeemed. But my point is that even the character that they wrote to be pompous and arrogant is still a good guy, right? This scene always got me too as a kid because I was always thinking about Timmy, poor little Timmy trapped in that fucking car as the T-Rex is pushing the car off the ledge there. Oh, look how close that was. Oh, man. Wow. Okay, so we just had the shot of the T-Rex, like right after the T-Rex pushed the car off the ledge. they show a full-on shot of the T-Rex roaring and screaming like into the camera, basically, right? That image of the T-Rex screaming has haunted me since I've been 4 years old. I remember vividly that image as a kid in theaters and going, "Holy shit, this is the scariest thing ever." So that's why, that's a big reason why that scene does what it does to me. We still got the didn't say the magic word. Sam Jackson can't get the power back on without fucking Dennis Nedry. Because didn't he purposely? But he just said he should have been back by now. Okay, so maybe you're right there, Ty. Maybe he was going to go meet the guy, make the exchange, give him the DNA, take the money, and then go back to the building, supposedly before anybody noticed. He had a 15-minute window or 18-minute window. It's just, I just feel like that plan was terrible because there was no way he was going to make it back in time, even without the storm, even without him crashing into the sign. Right? I just, there's no way, especially this fat guy, no way he's making it there and back. Poor Wayne Knight. I don't mean to call him fat, but you know what I'm trying to say. Dennis Nedry, the character, is a piece of shit, so I don't mind. Okay, here's another scene that gave me the heebie-jeebies as a kid. This, what is it called? A Dilophosaurus? Is that what it's called? Yeah, okay. Especially because at first, haha, that's nice. Gotta go. Especially because at first, it appears to be this cute, nice dinosaur, and it's making cute little noises, and it looks unassuming. Do you think Dennis knew what it was, and that's why he was scared of it, or is he just gonna be? Would he have been scared of any dinosaur that it could have been? I just fell down a hill. I have nothing on me. Play fetch? The stick? Stick, stupid. That's when you realize, okay, this dinosaur is going to kill this fucking guy. No wonder you're extinct. I'm going to run you over when I come back down. Oh, what a piece of shit. I'm telling you, they're only giving you more and more excuses for why this guy needs to die. And the fact that it's this dinosaur. This moment when it opens up, it's fucking whatever the hell that is. It's... Oh. And then the fucking black goo that it spits at you. Oh, right in the eyes. In the face. In the face. And there goes the can. Well, let's be honest. That can did not need to go into the wrong hands anyways. And now it's in the car with him. But that, and then the can gets covered by mud, so I guess nobody ever finds it? When I was a kid, I used to always think that shot of the can being covered in mud was going to, like, be a big thing later. Whether it was a sequel or what. Like, I thought, ooh, somebody's going to find that later. And nothing ever came of it. Nothing ever. Nobody ever brought it up again. He left us. He left us! But that's not what I'm going to do. I love that moment. I love that moment 'cause she's terrified, and she's fucked up over the idea that the adult left them. And I love that he reassured her. He told her like, "I'm. That's not me." The close up was meaningless. Well, I guess, you know, you could argue that maybe all of that close up was of the can was just to show you that it's never going to be like it's now a non-issue, right? Like it's never going to be a thing ever again. I hate climbing. I hate trees. Same, same, Alan Grant. Same. But yeah, that Dilophosaurus. That's another scene when I was a kid. Those wing things, whatever the fuck you call those things that flap out, scared the fuck out of me. I used to always close my eyes when I was a kid. Not close my eyes, but like I would put my hands over my eyes and like, which is dumb because you can still fucking see it, right? So I don't know what that's supposed to accomplish when you're like, ooh, 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 ooh. But when I'm 5, 6 years old and I'm watching this at home, I'm covering my face and probably giving myself nightmares. And speaking of nightmares, I remember as a kid, I had this reoccurring dream where I was always on the street that I grew up on. And it was always the same particular street. I could vividly remember, like, I would be standing there for some reason. I might have been standing with my mom, I don't know. And then you would hear this noise, and then a T-Rex would just come around the corner and just fucking start charging at me. And we would run, and it'd be this whole thing. And there's probably even more to the dream, but I remember I've probably had that dream as a kid over 10 times. And the same thing would happen every time, where I'd be on the same street, I'd hear the noise, same way of the T-Rex running around the corner, coming at us, and I would either wake up or I don't know, but I just, man, clearly that must have been because of how often I watched this movie. Had to be. Oh, the car's coming down. Again, here you have a movie about dinosaurs killing these people, or trying to kill them, and you have a sequence where they're climbing out of a tree and the car is falling on them, and that was suspenseful. I was terrified at this scene. I didn't want this car to fucking crush them. Oh, that looks like it crushed them right there. Shit. In the car again. At least we're out of the tree. So, I mean, at least you know that they didn't die there. But, okay, here we go. So there's Ellie Sattler. It's a good thing Ellie wasn't with them, I guess, because... And I assume that's the only reason why they wrote for her to not be there, because what do you do with her if you don't kill her? I think this was Gennaro. I think this was too. So he's in two different parts. And I love that because he was a blood-sucking lawyer, nobody really cares that he died. They found Ian Malcolm. I wonder how he would have died. Would the T-Rex have just eaten him? Remind me to thank John for a lovely weekend. You have to think that Jeff Goldblum was so good that Spielberg said, there's no way we're killing this character. There's no way it makes sense to kill Jeff Goldblum in this movie. And obviously he was right. The sequel, Jeff Goldblum was the goddamn main character. And then now, we're bringing Jeff Goldblum back for Dominion, and he was in Fallen Kingdom for like a second. Alan! What's funny is that if they had just stayed there for like, well, who knows how long. Who knows how long they left before they showed up. Was it 10 minutes? Was it 20 minutes? Was it a half hour? Who knows? But they probably just narrowly missed each other. Again, great moment. We're seeing the puddle with the T-Rex's footprints, and you're seeing the ripple effects of the T-Rex coming back. It's coming back. I love that Ian Malcolm's talking to himself. Anyone hear that? I'm fairly alarmed here. It kind of reminds me of when Michael Keaton in Batman Returns says, "Okay, now I'm a little worried." He's talking to himself. There's the T-Rex, and must go faster. Oh! That shot of the T-Rex coming closer to the rearview mirror always freaked me out. Oh! It's trying to knock the car over. Damn. Hey, double A! And I love that the T-Rex just says, fuck it. Gives up. You gonna have that? Think they'll have that in the tour? Can you imagine if they did kill Jeff Goldblum in this movie, though? Um, and this is a good idea. Let's climb up the tree. Let's stay safe from the dinosaurs. Ha! I love that Timmy's like, I hate trees. Another tree? I don't want to go up another tree. But this is actually very smart of Alan Grant. Stay in the tree. The Lost World is based off of a book that Michael Crichton wrote after Jurassic Park movie came out. So after Jurassic Park movie came out, and obviously it was a huge fucking hit, the studio kind of forced Michael Crichton to write a second book. Because then they wanted to turn that second book into a movie. And the second book is what, it's... I don't know how closely connected it is. Yeah, these are herbivores. You're good. They won't eat you. Don't worry. I love how they all curl up on top of him. What, the video's lagging? Huh. Okay, let me know if it's still lagging. What do you call a blind dinosaur? Do you think he saw us? Is it still lagging? Is it still, does it still sound weird? And he throws away the claw. I would totally buy everything in this shop right now. Okay, if I have to end the stream, I don't know if I'll restart it because mm, hmm. We might have to call it quits then if it's not working, or if it sounds. I don't know why it's lagging. And we're right at the part where they're eating ice cream, or at least John Hammond's eating ice cream. All right, should I just end the stream then? How bad is it? I don't know how bad it is. If it's really bad, I'll just end it. It keeps bugging out. All right. Well, I sound like your cat. I didn't even know you had a cat, dude. Wow. The movie's almost over. Just keep going. Is it? But I don't know, cause now I'm fixating on it. Now it's all I'm thinking about is how bad it must sound. This is a good scene, though. I just want to comment on this scene. This is where you realize just how pure John Hammond is, as far as like he really didn't mean harm. And he doesn't sound like a guy who's just trying to make a profit. He's just trying to like get rich off of this because he's already rich. Laura Dern in Jurassic Park is 1,000% my type. Hey, I really like her in Jurassic Park too. She's my type too. She's a smart woman. She's I like this scene a lot. She's admitting that she was wrong. She's admitting that she got swept up in the magic of the dinosaurs. She got swept into the experience, but now she realizes that people are dying. Such a great moment. Because again, you see that like, John Hammond really wanted this to be a good experience. He really wanted this to be, you know, he wanted to make people happy, right? Spared no expense. Again, think about how in the current Jurassic World movies, most of the rich people behind the park are like asshole. We don't really care about anything. The chaos theory scene is great. Yes, I agree. I agree. All of the moments where they just talk, where Jeff Goldblum is just telling them how fucking wrong all of this is. Those are some of my favorite parts. Now they're, in case you guys want to know where I am in the movie, the Brachiosaurus, they're feeding it leaves. You love the Wayne Knight parts? Yeah, he's dead now. Not the actor, sorry. Wayne Knight isn't dead. I mean, his character has already died in the movie. I know that sounded bad for a second. Okay, here's when Lex tries to open up and be nice to a dinosaur, and then she gets sneezed on. And some of it went in her mouth. Ew, gross. God bless you. She's horrified. No, she'll never try anything new. She's a hacker. She's not a computer nerd. She prefers to be called a hacker. Now, I know nowadays when you hear them talk about computer hackers, it's kind of like, what? But in 1993, there wasn't a lot of computers to, I for damn sure didn't have a computer back in 4 years old. My mom did not get me a computer. I didn't get a computer until I was in high school, I think. Or no, no, not high school. Until I was in middle school. My first computer was like 2000, 2001. Okay, so now this is where we establish, because they just found dinosaur eggs. Well, how could there be dinosaur eggs if B.D. Wong clearly stated that earlier there's no breeding because all of the dinosaurs are female? Well, Malcolm was right. Life found a way because they used frog DNA to replace the DNA that they didn't have. And he talked about how, like, African frogs. There's the shirtless shot of Jeff Goldblum turning on every female that watched this movie, I bet. Um, I love how he's just chilling there with his shirt open. You know he's doing that to try to seduce Laura Dern. Uh-oh. Sam Jackson is not okay with this plan. Shutting down the system, rebooting it, everything comes back online. It's actually a pretty decent plan. It's much better. It's much better than just leaving the power down and everyone out there is in danger of dying, right? What the fuck? Okay, so I don't think I've ever paid attention to that line of dialogue. Sam Jackson was just talking about how they could um, enact like a protocol where they have this lysine thing in the dinosaurs so that if hold on to your butts so that if they ever try to get off the island or if anything ever goes wrong like that, they can effectively take the dinosaurs out, put them in a coma, and kill them. It's like a protocol, like a system ready. Did Sam Jackson ad lib that line? Hold on to your butts, because that's such a good. It's like it's random, but maybe it's his delivery that makes that line work. I don't know. Hold on to your butts. That's another soundbite from this movie that I have on my phone. Um, Whenever I get notifications from apps, I get the hold on to your butts sound. This is a good moment. What are these dinosaurs called? The Okay, Tim. Does Tim know what they are? Gallimimus. Are those meat eating? Meatosauruses? they're um they're flocking this way. I love how Tim is the one who's like, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm going to assume that they don't eat meat because Nobody ever answered Lex's question. Are they Metasauruses? I mean, they didn't attack them, so. This was great though. I wonder if this scene's only here to show the T-Rex again. Like, we need to see the T-Rex again. Boom. And there's a T-Rex. Eating. Hunting. Ah. Just ripped a chunk out of that. I want to go now. Just look at how it... You'll never look at birds the same way. Look at all the blood. Oh, that's so good. So good. Okay, so Sam Jackson has not come back. That's why Laura Dern is saying something's happening, something's wrong. When Disneyland opened in 1956, nothing worked. If the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists. I love that line. I love that line. Because again, that shows you John Hammond's way of thinking. He's only thinking of this like it's a park, like it's Disneyland. And once again, it's Ian Malcolm who has to explain to him. Yes, but unlike Disneyland, people can die here and be eaten here. And again, that doesn't make John Hammond a bad guy or an evil person. It just makes him very naive. There's the walkie-talkies. I used to love walkie-talkies as a kid. It ought to be me going. I'm a, and you're a... Huh. We can discuss sexism in survival situations when I come back. I love that because... so John Hammond had a way of... he had a moment of saying, I should be doing this because I'm a man and you're a woman. And I love how she's like, dude, fuck off. I'm perfectly capable of doing this. Again, they don't hit you over the head with the whole like, oh, she's woke or the movie's woke because they're saying that Laura Dern can handle herself. No, it's just a moment where she says, look, let's not fucking talk about that and let me just get this done. Yeah. The part where the raptor cage is completely ripped open, that image is scary as fuck. I mean, come on. Unlike her character in The Last Jedi, yeah, I didn't care for her character in The Last Jedi. Because we're being hunted. Oh, that... Oh. I love that he caught that. I've got her. Run. Go. Now. I like that little brief moment. It's a human moment of she went to go run and she hit the tree branch and she got mad at herself almost, or she got mad it was there and she just hit it and then she jumped over it. I don't know why. Again, quick human moment. And you can kind of tell that Ian Malcolm was supposed to die because he doesn't do anything for the rest of this movie. I mean, he has some great lines, and Jeff Goldblum is still great, but as far as he's not involved in any of the action after that scene, he's just there. Again, a Jurassic World newer movie would have killed him off, would have killed John Hammond off, probably would have killed, you know, I was gonna say Laura Dern, but no, because they clearly have kept Bryce Dallas Howard's character alive in the new movie, so maybe not. Oh, this moment with Dr. Grant pretends to get electrocuted. It's so fucked up. And he looks over and smiles. That's not funny. That was great. And I love that kid's reaction too. That was great. Especially because that's totally the type of joke that I would do to a kid as well, right? It's totally fucked up, but I would definitely. That's my sense of humor. And for Alan Grant has not shown that type of personality in this movie. So it's showing that him spending this much time with these kids has brought a level of playfulness and funness to him that he didn't really have, or he didn't show it earlier. So that's very cool. These kids are making him a better person, I think. Which is why it pains me to find out in Jurassic Park 3 that he didn't have kids with her. Like, that just, I don't know. I feel like his character grew in this movie to where we should have found them in Jurassic Park 3 and we should have seen that they did have a kid. There's no reason why that baby that Laura Dern has in Jurassic Park 3, why that's not their kid. I don't know why they didn't just make it their kid. Anyways, that we'll get to that when we get to Jurassic Park 3. You gotta pump up the jam, pump it up. That's a song that I bet you none of you get that reference, but that's fine. It's gonna make me feel old as fuck. And she's pumping up the jam. Push to close. Push it. Push it. Push it real good. All right, let me stop with the songs. Oh, damn. This moment of the fact that they're still climbing the electrified fence literally as they're about to turn the power back on. Oh, it's giving me anxiety right now, and I already know what happens. But like it's tension that is built up very well. Spielberg, I mean, come on, this is Spielberg at his best. 1, 2, 3. If only Tim had just been like, all right, 3, whee! He is going to count to 3, though. Poor kid. Oh, and he goes flying back. Oh, shit. Oh, that was rough. He's not breathing. Mind you, another example of this is a Jurassic Park movie where the dinosaurs are not the only threat. Oh, there it is. There's the Velociraptor coming through the fucking wires. Can that raptor, like, can you imagine she worked that hard just to... Oh, there's Mr. Arnold's arm. Oh, shit. Alright, so Sam Jackson died off screen. I will be perfectly honest. When I was a kid, I did not know that was Sam Jackson's arm. Call me stupid, but I was 4, 5, 6 years old. It took me a few years to realize, oh, that was Sam Jackson's arm. Now, it's a black arm, right? And he clearly went to go do it and then never showed back up. But, so it's obviously his arm now. But when I was a kid, I didn't put that together. I don't think I even thought of whose arm that could have been. I just remember going like, holy shit, it's a fucking severed arm. maybe it was like the horror of the blood and Laura Dern's great acting of reacting to it, and then the raptor coming through. Like all of that was probably what I was more caught up in. What a great moment we're about to see here. Clever girl. Oh! Oh, and like, you can vaguely see the raptor like eating his face. And then the other raptor is just watching. So I love they set up the idea that the first raptor was the bait and the other raptor fucking tricked him. It's crazy when you think about it. Very crazy. It's such a good like reveal moment. Clever girl. Another quotable moment that I've seen t-shirts, clever girl, and you know what they're referencing. Clearly, that guy did not have a relationship with that raptor like Chris Pratt has with Blue. That raptor was not his Blue. Because that raptor did not give a fuck about him. Huh. The human piece of toast. See? Alan Grant is now making jokes. I like it. I like him a lot more by the end of the movie. I mean, I liked him at the beginning when he was being a dick to the other kid, right? But I like him even more now that he's making jokes and being playful with them. And this kid now, like Tim, with the limp and the big hair and the burnt hands and like for a child actor, he's pretty good. Laura Dern, once again, great fucking actress. First of all, I love that hug. That hug is probably the most affectionate they have been as a couple. But her telling herself to run, I don't know why. It's like little human moments. Like that even looks like that could have been like an ad lib, or maybe they just came up with it on the spot of her. Like, I'm gonna tell myself to run. That's how like mentally fucked up I am right now. It's subtle. All right, here we go. Here is possibly the second best scene in this movie. At least as far as like dinosaur stuff goes. Dinosaur. The kids hiding in the kitchen. This, as a kid, I mean, the horror of this scene as a kid, watching other kids. I know that's why the sequels always have kids, is because they want to give kids that same relatable stuff here. But there's something about the way these kids are, unless they figured out how to open doors. And guess what? There's the doorknob. They're opening doors. Motherfuckers. That's definitely a, in the theater, the crowd goes, oh, moment. And even them, like, the raptor using its head to open the door. Or even that shot of earlier of the raptor in the window of the door, and like you see its eyes and it breathes into the glass with its nose. And I tell you, man. Oh. The raptor noise, the raptor call. Oh. There's two raptors. I love that one raptor like goes to bite the other one. Like what the fuck? Didn't you just call me over here? Yeah, but I changed my mind. But yeah, man, I used to always be like, fuck, if this was me, if I was Timmy or Lex, Lexi, I would not have the frame of mind and the wherewithal that she does to sneak him around them, and the way how she knows enough to where when they knock over that stuff and it makes all that noise, that's when they need to run, right? That's okay to make noise. Oh no, the cup fell, or the spoon thing fell. Oh, the one raptor that jumps on the table. Holy fuck. Her waving him over, and he's like, no. That would be me. The That would be me, Timmy. No. No. I can't move. Can't do it. But you know what? My older sister, like in real life, I could see my older sister doing this. Like trying to get me to do, and I'm like, no. And her creating a a diversion like this. Oh, so good, so smart. At least I hope my sister would do this for me. Holy fuck, wouldn't that suck if she's like, peace out, bro. Good luck. Nice knowing you. Nah, my sister would do this for me. As many times as I can tell myself that. That shot of the Raptor's feet running after Tim. Oh, such a good shot. Oh. And then the icy floor. Bam! Oh, I love when she comes over. Ah! Shut the door. Oh, so good, man. And then this moment of her grabbing Tim and he freaks out. Ah. Too many good moments here, man. Oh, and then the one raptor who's like, I see you bitches. Control room. Well, hurry up and reboot the system. What are you waiting for? The door locks. And then, boom, the raptor right there by the window. Oh, what a great reveal. And then the doorknob moving. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, baby. You can't hold it by yourself. Oh. Oy vey. I know this. She knows the system. She's a hacker. This moment of Ellie trying to reach the gun. Great tension. I'll never forget the feelings of watching this younger and like this really freaking me out. The raptor's hands coming like into the door like that. Oh. Did she get it? Yeah, because of course Nedry has the picture of the scantily clad blonde woman. I wonder who that was. She got it. Everything. She got everything back online. You name it, we got it. The phones are working. The phones are working. Oh, I love the delivery. The children are fine. Tell them to get the damn helicopter. Get to the chopper! Okay, that's the moment, the other moment where John Hammond is upset. Because he can hear the glass breaking and the gunshots. Okay, I love this moment. So the raptor got through from the glass. Alan knocks the ladder over. And I love how the raptor looks at the ladder and then goes like, You really think I needed a fucking ladder to get to you? Like, I just. Oh, and then this moment. Oh, when the raptor comes up. Oh. And then Lexi is. Oh, she almost lost her leg. There it is. Damn. Damn. Spielberg, man, he's hitting it home that these kids are in fucking danger of dying constantly. Constantly. And how ironic that the end sequence takes place where the dinosaur, the T-Rex bones are. And them hanging off of the bones like this. And then you have fucking raptors. You have raptors hanging off of it. The jump scare from the raptors after the power. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, absolutely. Like you're talking about the raptor trying to get through the thing. Oh no. There's the raptor looking under the sheet. Who's in here? And then this moment of the four of them, Ellie, Alan, the two kids. Like, dude, they would have been torn apart. Oh, the T-Rex! Where the fuck did the T-Rex come from? And then you got the Jurassic Park theme. Da 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 da. I know some people are like, "Oh, why would the T-Rex save them?" The T-Rex was not saving them. The T-Rex, after careful consideration, I have decided to not endorse your park. And John Hammond saying, "So have I." That shows the growth that John Hammond has made. There's the roar! Fuck yeah, the T-Rex roaring with the sign like falling down. Such a great shot. But yeah, the T-Rex was not saving them. The T-Rex just was like, oh, food, and ate the raptor, you know? I mean, you could argue that if the people were if they were swapped positions, the T-Rex would have come and eaten one of them too, you know? But that one raptor was closer. And then that moment of Grant, Alan touching John Hammond to come onto the plane, and he jumps. Like, now Hammond is scared of the place, right? Like, now he's come full circle realizing that, like, man, this place, fuck. You know, what did I do? What did I create? And see, and this shot is why I wanted them to stay together and have kids. Ellie looking at him, smiling, and him holding both kids and looking happy. He looks happy. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Give her... Come on, Alan. Give her a fucking kid. Plant your seed in her. Come on. She wants it. I'm going to rewrite Jurassic Park 3, and I'm going to say that that baby was their baby. And what a great way to end the movie, too, right? It's like, they go on the plane. They don't say anything. They're like, what can you say? What words can be said after a fucking traumatic event like that? Yeah, There it is, directed by Steven Spielberg. I just I love this movie. There's no other there's no other way to put it. I love this movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. Produced by Kathleen Kennedy. Wow. For everybody that shits on Kathleen Kennedy for producing the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, she produced Jurassic Park. Man, what a movie. I never get sick of this. And Richard Attenborough as John Hammond. How did I forget Richard Attenborough's name? But yeah, this movie I just still holds up. It flies by, at least to me. To me, I was never bored. I never get bored watching this movie. Because even though you could say that, like, oh yeah, the T-Rex scene's the best, and it is, or the scenes with the raptors are the best, right? Like, even if that's what you think, even the stuff that leads up to that is good and fun and enjoyable. The conversations, the debates, Ian Malcolm in general, right? All of that stuff is entertaining before you even get to the dinosaurs. Bravo. Jurassic Park. Bravo. You open yeah, okay, there you go. When you open the Blu-ray, that's for Jurassic Park 1, obviously. What a great shot, too, of the T-Rex, like, face-to-face with them like that, and, like, it blew his hat off. And then, oh, that's the movie in 3D. You can get the movie in 3D. I don't have a 3D TV. I don't have a 3D player. But if I ever do get a 3D TV, I have the movie in 3D right here. So next time we will be doing The Lost World, Jurassic Park 2. And then there's Jurassic Park 3. Which, I don't love, but it has its moments. And then you have Jurassic World. And Jurassic World in 3D. If anybody gives a shit about 3D. And then, yeah, I guess this page is just the posters for the 4 movies. Now, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I do own separately because I bought this before that movie came out. In fact, I might have even bought this leading up to Fallen Kingdom because previously I had the first 3 movies on DVD in a collector's thing, and it was just the 3 movies. And then I ended up buying that, so now I have them on Blu-ray. And the John Williams score playing right now over the credits, like, fucking hell, man. How many scores or how many great themes did John Williams create over his career? Like, how can one man have a track record that great? It's like he has at least 10 plus classic, themes for movies. Jaws, Superman, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. Fuck, man. Star Wars. Every Star Wars movie. Damn. But it's so nice too that this movie holds up. Um, oh yeah, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, E.T. Right, the first Harry Potter movie was John Williams, and that classic Harry Potter theme, people think of that even for the sequels that he didn't do. People remember that first Harry Potter song, and Home Alone, right? That classic Home Alone theme. John Williams once again. Fuck, goddamn. But yeah, I had a blast with this. I hope I hope you guys enjoyed watching the movie too, along with me. Even if you don't love this as much as I do, even if you didn't grow up with it like I did, I hope you enjoyed watching me geek out over this movie. You know, when they re-released this in theaters in 3D, it was the 20th anniversary, so I guess that was, fuck, I guess that was 2012. Was it that long ago? No, or was it 25? Was it the 25th anniversary? Was it the 20th or the 25th? It might have been the 25th anniversary. Either way, I remember going to the theater, even though I owned the movie, even though I owned the Blu-ray, I said to my, or at the time I might have just owned the DVD, but even though I could have clearly watched it at home, I said to myself, how many more opportunities am I going to get to watch the original Jurassic Park in theaters? And when I'm old enough to, like, appreciate it more, right? So, yeah, no regrets. Absolutely love doing it. All right, guys, that's it. That's Jurassic Park. Stay tuned for The Lost World. I'll have to figure out when I'm doing that next. We'll figure that out. But all right, guys. See you.